if they sanction other country, they're essentially going to sanction themselves as well. Empty promise, and also difficult to reach consensus and agreement in the first place because of the conflict between the developing state and the developed state. They will be talking about historical responsibility, like climate change is caused by the now developed countries who achieve rapid economic development through industrialization and the use of fossil fuel. So right now, why the earth is in this state is because those industrialized and advanced economy burn a lot of fossil fuel. So they got the benefit of it. And now when the developing countries are trying to develop their own economies, the cheapest and the rapid way to achieve that is to use fossil fuel. But then now the developed country are now saying, okay, developed country, you can't use fossil fuel because it's too polluting. It's not environmentally friendly. So you should not use fossil fuel to develop your economy. And then the developing country will say, why not? Like, why you are now imposing your expectation onto our country, depriving us of the opportunity to develop our economy, to get people out of poverty, right? So it is about the historical responsibility and the opportunity to modernize, industrialize for the developing country. And they will also say, the developing country will say they have no responsibility over climate change. So why should they reduce their emission? Why should they do something towards it? It's kind of like a punishment for these developing countries. Kind of like your parents are in heavy debt, not your parents, and then they expect you to repay the debt for them. They will also repay it, but then you have no responsibility and you reap no benefits over those debt. Let's say not your parents, but let's say someone like my parents borrow heavy debt and just enjoy like a luxurious lifestyle. So they're now in heavy debt, and now me as the son has to repay the debt, but I get no experience of that luxurious lifestyle. All I have is heavy debt, trying to repay that, and then reducing my own consumption, reducing my own enjoyment in that process. Yeah, because you're kind of like the guarantor. So the dailong, right, the debtor will come knocking on your door, and if you don't, they kill you, literally, like in climate change. If you don't, we all die, right? So it's kind of like that. But then the problem is the time horizon. The leaders of this generation are not going to suffer the direct or the most severe consequence of climate change. So that's why we talk about sustainability, satisfying current generation without sacrificing the future generation.